Enjoying our video blog series here, our video series, not a vlog, I guess a vlog and a video are the same thing, about the homeschooling basics. This one is going to be about foreign language, arts, music, and physical education. Ugh. So foreign language, probably a hard thing to do if you don't speak a different language, and that's okay. I took French for 2 years in high school, and I wasn't really able to remember a lot of it for my daughter when she learned it. But there is, I know they have tons of computer software programs to teach that as well, and you can pay a lot of money for it. But you can go on, and how do adults learn foreign language when they go to another country? They go get CDs or DVDs and they listen to them. You can do that. YouTube has tons of different things on there because that's the best way to do it, is by hearing it and learning it. You can go and read it, but if you don't know how to pronounce it, it's kind of difficult. So do some YouTube searching on different foreign languages if your child wants to learn it, and just get them to learn the basics, and they can practice saying the words over and over. I know we did a sign language class that a church put on, and my daughter and I went and did that, and that was fun to do. You can get that from textbooks as well, and then you can also do videos to learn basic things. And so that's just something fun to do with your child if they want to learn different sign language and things like that. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to make my camera here. So there's lots of different things you can do to teach foreign language to your child where they can get a passing grade for it. Art class. If you're anything like me, I'm not very artsy, but this is kind of not a good one for me, but easy to teach. Oh, my puppy's got a hairball. How can you teach art class to your child? Get lots of art supplies. Get out big giant butcher block paper and let your child learn to make maps. You know, we always get the big giant piece out, like the Xerox copy paper. It's huge. My husband will get it from work, and we'll sit down and we'll all get a piece, and maybe we'll do an outline of our bodies. Or they did ones where they just would make a whole town on it, and it was, turned into, let's make our whole city on here and things like that. So just different age levels to different things. Give them crayons, give them glue and scissors, paint, things like that. The mess stuff, and let them create with things. Get them Play-Doh, let them create things. Get them clay, let them create things. There's so much you can do as far as art to get your child's curiosity. You can see the ones we don't do a lot of it, but I see it. One child really enjoys drawing, so we went and got some books from the library to teach her different drawing skills, and so there's lots of videos that they can do to help enhance a lot of their skills. So there's lots of different ways you can do it free, and you can hone in on what your child is best at doing. We did perspective drawing. I remember a few things from art class, and so we did some learning like that, and then one of them wanted to do more, so we researched some more, and then they were able to go a little bit further than what I would have taught. Lots of books on that, tons of books at the library on that kind of things. You can do decorations for holidays. We always decorate, and there's really cool ways to make snowflakes. You can find sites that have it all where you cut it out and you don't even think it's going to make anything. You open it up and it's this beautiful snowflake, and so different things like that. And that teaches them to go on and follow directions and to create new things, and it's just fun things for them to do. So things like that. Even for Valentine's Day, they can go on and learn a cool way to make a 3D heart or things like that. There's just lots of different things, lots of things online to have your child explore. We can teach them art class. How do you go about teaching music to your child, especially when you're not musically inclined? That would be me. You can do a lot of music appreciation courses with your child, and so I know, like the Dummies series. I don't mean dummies in a bad way, but like the Dummies, like Math Book for Dummies, History for Dummies, that series. They have one for music. They have it for actually for art too, and things like that, I believe. But I know they have it for music, and so you can get it and read to teach your child the things about music appreciation. There was a CD series. I think it's called like Beethoven Lives Upstairs or Downstairs, and that was really neat to teach your child about Beethoven and classical music and things like that. So there's lots of things you can do. Look at your library. They've got to have CDs or videos on it, or look online. YouTube's like probably my favorite because it has a lot of things on there for free that's readily available to you. You can go see an orchestra. You can get a recorder for like $10, I think, at the store. I think Walmart sells them, and your child can learn how to play the recorder. Really simple. Just different things you can do. Put on music and learn to clap to the beats, things like that. Physical education, one of those things that I think you neglect when you homeschool. We did for a long time, but it's important to do it because when your children are in school, they do get out and do exercise every day. So if you don't do it when you're home, their children are not going to get it. It helps teach them eye-hand coordination. It gives them a healthy lifestyle. It's just teaching them a way to make themselves good for the rest of their lives, keeping physically fit. How do you go about doing that? you have to choose to do it every day. I know for myself, we'll get laps and not do it, so I'm trying to choose to do that for my children every day. So like in the summer, we choose to go to the lake every day for 2 hours. I know, so hard. No, we do that just so we can get out and swim, and I get out there and swim with them, and we get out there and swim laps, and we have a little competition so you can go faster and come back, and just things like that. Or in the summer, we'll do walks, and so just to get out and do walking and exercise where we're not really, it's not hard, but it's just fun to do. You can, if you got a basketball hoop, play pig. Remember pig back in the day when you, that's fun to do. Throw a ball to teach them hand-eye coordination. You can do jump ropes. That's easy to do where you can teach them that. You can also do like testing. My older ones did this where we would, at beginning of the year, we would do how many sit-ups can you do, how many push-ups can you do, how many pull-ups can you do, how fast can you run or run and walk in a mile. We marked it off and did it that way. So things that you can do, sorry, I'm like kind of crouching here so my legs are falling asleep. I've been sitting here for a while. I'm trying to get all these done. There's different things you can do. You can also get them in competitive sports. When you have friends coming over, you can teach them how to play kick the can. Things that I forget, like, you know, tag, freeze tag, things like that. There's lots of fun, easy games. Just get out there and play with them. You just got to get out there and play with your child and do that. It's good, you know, to teach them about vitamins. It's good to teach them about having good mental well-being. There's things you can teach them about how they shouldn't stay away from drugs and smoking and alcohol and things like that. And those are all good things that you can just talk about why you choose not to do that in your life. So things you can do for physical education, and that's free. You just have to do it. I know that's hard sometimes. You can talk about better food choices when you're making dinners, and you can teach them how to make homemade foods versus buying convenience food and why you shouldn't buy convenient. Look at the back of the food packages. Show them how many ingredients are in a cupcake, and or versus making them homemade and what's actually in them. Different ways they can go, oh wow, yeah, I didn't realize, like in a health class one time our teacher had us look on the back of like a Hostess cupcake, and I was shocked to see how many ingredients there were as a kid because I never paid attention. And then I was like, wow, and I can just make that with just like 7 ingredients from scratch. So things you don't think about when you're younger, but just good ways that you can teach your child. So you just got to get out there with them. I hope you enjoyed this day today, this one, sorry. Getting a little tired. I hope you enjoyed this video on this one today, and I look forward to doing the next one. Have a wonderful day.